Alright, Gloomspite Gitz players. Today we're gonna go through, simply I'm gonna make a guide on like how you follow up with all the news. Like if you've seen my previous videos, you know I posted a few things about the upcoming Battletome and the upcoming units and my thoughts about them and so on. I also previously released a video about the top tier list for the current meta, but this will soon change since the release of the new Battletome. And I know a lot of people have like questions about regarding units, base sizes, points, and everything like that. So instead of making my own video for this, I'm gonna lead you through along with, this man, for example, the genius Rob. If you don't follow his YouTube channel, you should probably do that. He's good. He is up to date. He always comes with the latest news about, and he covers like everything about Age of Sigmar. And his videos are really well done, I think. He talks a lot like I do as well, but he makes it fun and he summarizes it well. So what I'm gonna do in this video is basically I'm gonna go through like a few different recommendations of websites that I found that summarize everything new about the upcoming Battletome and the units, and also some of my thoughts about them. But I start off. So if you don't want to watch this video for a long time, always, like, I will post a link to everything I go through in the in the section below the description of the video. And then I'll just go through. So first off, I would recommend you to go to Rob's video and look at this video. He goes through the different things about the new Battletome and all the units. And this guy, shout out to him. He helped him with a timestamp for this. So you see, he goes through battle traits, Loon Shrine, blah, 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 everything. So that's great. And he also have like pictures of stuff. So if you go here, for example, like he got info and everything. I don't know where he got this from maybe he got it directly from Games Workshop. So you can see, like, basically go through the Battletome with him, which is great. And he also shares his thoughts about it. And then, if you don't like to watch a video, then maybe you shouldn't be watching this. But you can go here and watch this. Here's another video. If you do like videos, here's a video about the unboxing. And you see they go through everything that's in the new box.
Got big, like,
the Battletome.
Tie the lore to them.
With the lore and rules and everything.
The backstory for them as well.
So that might be interesting. Maybe I should say spoiler alert before going to this, but too late.
They're really kind of,
so you can see that and all the units as well. They also go through some of their thoughts about them. So if you go down here, they go through the faction rules and changes, and they go through some changes of the warscrolls, which I'll come back to in this video as well. But I first off, I just want to show you this so you know where you can go rather than listening to me. Nice, huh? That makes me get less followers and less viewers on my channel. Smart move, Edvin, smart move. So that's one site, Spures and Brews, and then this link, I'll post it down below. Here's another one at Goonhammer, and Matthew made this, so thanks to him we have this, and he goes through some changes that I've already gone through before, and he goes through the effects of them. He posts also warscroll changes, and goes through what's new with the units and what they do. And he also writes about the regiments of renown, And lastly, he goes through a conclusion. I think this is two of the friends talking about what they think about it. Recommend that as well. A good thing to look into. Then we also have this content versus value. If you're into that, like if you want to know like how is this army box compared to the different army boxes, and this site I look at a few times when I'm looking to get the like battle forces and army boxes and stuff like that, because it might be interesting to see like is it a good value, and they usually are. Like I would say 9 out of 10 times, or they're always a good value, but sometimes you get units that you don't really need or use. And this might actually be a mess up from Games Workshop, because I'm not sure about the new Gitmobs. What do you guys think? I think like they're not as good as we hope for them to be, sadly. And especially like I'll come back to that as well, which ones I might be using in the future. But looking to this at this army set, I will probably get one, but mostly because of the Battletome. And I'll see what I do with the units. I might just paint them up and have them because, you know, maybe one day they will be good. I actually think that this dude is kind of interesting. So yeah, and here they go through the value in different currencies, not Swedish, but you can calculate that. And in Sweden, they're actually like the price will be different, because we used to have a super good deal on Warhammer. They raised it a lot last year, but it was really cheap for us compared to other people. Although they raised the price and now our economy, the Swedish crown, isn't doing so well. So we're kind of screwed. It just got like way more expensive for us. Yeah. And so anyways, they go through the value and they compare it to other boxes, which is interesting. So you see here the savings compared to just buying the boxes. And sometimes they like here, for example, they don't know yet. So they go to similar boxes and what they think. And lastly, I just want to talk about this Facebook site that if you're a Gitz player, there's multiple groups for different factions as well, but this one I would recommend because you get to talk to other Gloomspite Gitz people, and if you want to go into and chat about stuff, you can do that. And if you want to post stuff like this, for example, what's the new base sizes, and people don't know, maybe I know. Do I? Maybe someone says here. Yeah, maybe not, because that's not in the new box. That's going to be a separate one. So that's it. Like, I just want to shout out to all of these people that wrote this, and check the videos out, read everything about this, and you'll get like, this is very well summarized, and you'll save time listening to people like me. But if you want to keep listening to people like me, I will now go through some of my thoughts, and I will actually, I think I will go through, yeah, I'll probably go through one of these. Let's just see which one. I'll pick this one. So some of the changes that I think are interesting, that just like I haven't had time to go through everything in detail yet, but overall, I would say I'm kind of disappointed with the new Battletome, or I am disappointed, and I'm very disappointed with the new models. I'm also a bit annoyed that there's a lot of like once per turn army rules. So it seems like they just make it difficult for us Gitz players to play good. I mean, we can still, but they kind of mess up with the options that you have and units that you were able to board, put on the board, I should say. So we went through the moon. What we haven't went through in earlier videos was that the squigs, their effect of the moon is that you can choose to add 4 to the movement. rather than making the d6 roll, the random roll. And like, I think that's like, is that even a good effect? It's a 50-50. And if you get 2 rolls on it, I'm a bit disappointed with that one. And I mean, it's good to be sure that you have 10-inch, for example, but it's not a big deal. I still think the best one is still the reducing rend for the Droggz. Yeah, so kind of disappointing. And another thing that they made that will come through here that I think are interesting. So Skragrod, I remember I talked about this earlier, like he can force the moon to stay where it's at and not moving around. So let's go back to the moon here. Have it on top, right? Here. So the different phases. So if, for example, if you want to boost up the Droggz with the -1 rend, say you're here, next turn it will go to this, or the next battle round it will go here, and then if you have Skragrod on the field once per battle, you can choose for it to stay where it's at. So you get 3 turns that you know that it's going to be within that time frame. And yeah, that's good. So I think for me, I will probably use Skragrod a lot, because I will, as it looks right now, I'll probably play a lot of Droggz. Because the Rocket seems to still be awesome. I'm also interested in playing trying out a Squigs list. More heavy on the Squigs. Another interesting thing is the Boingrot Bounderz that just seem to get even better. So what they did is that they changed the previously, they did D3 mortal wounds and 2+, or what you roll, that's what you get. So on a 1 you wouldn't get anything, on a 2 you would get 2 mortal wounds, etc. So what they have done now is that now you roll dice for each squig in the unit. For each 4+ you deal a mortal wound. So I think that's like awesome, because I always play them reinforced, or not always, but I prefer to play them reinforced, and that's 10 Boingrot Bounderz going in, and you get to roll 10 dice and 50-50 if you make a mortal wound, so you can make a lot of mortal damage before even fighting. And they're also really good at fighting, as you know, especially when they charge, because they get the +1 damage on their lance attacks. Boingrot Bounderz will be good, even if they increase the points. I'm pretty sure you will see Boingrot Bounderz in a bunch of lists. Droggz also been improved a bit. His club is now rend 3 rather than rend 2. Let's go to Age of Index. Is that what it's called? I think so, yeah. And just look at this. Gloomspite Gitz. Trug. Here we go. So they changed this to rend 3 instead, which makes him like he's gonna put up way more damage than before. And I haven't brought Trug. Well, I tried him out, but I don't think he's the or making an all-out trolls list have been, yeah, both good and bad. Since they don't have the ward save, both Trug and the Dankholds, it's been kind of difficult to keep them alive and seeing the value in points, I think. And his effects boosting others are a bit random, but you get to roll 3 dice, so that's you have pretty good odds of getting anything that's good. But we're coming back to some other units within the trolls that have been improved, so that might be an interesting option. Although I would just like to say that this one is very good, adding 1 to the attack characteristics of melee weapons used by friendly Droggz units while they are within 12 of Trog. And Also the rend, good. And not that satisfying. And not that satisfying. Not that satisfying. And this one is obviously bad. But these two, I think, are good. Anyways, let's go back. So, the Dankhold. They made a change of the Dankhold's ability to increase the attacks of Droggz, now triggering on a 4+, but we will see if maybe we have it here on Rob. I'm just going to go through this list. Dankhold.
Our next unit is the
There we have it. Let's go down a bit. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure that it was within combat range before. And now, rather than being within combat range, it's wholly within 12. So that's a major improvement. I'm just gonna go through that and see if I'm correct about that, or if I'm lying to you. Okay, so here we go. See, if this unit is in combat roll, it dies on a 3+ for the rest of the turn. Add 1 to the attack characteristics of melee weapons used by friendly Droggz units while they are within this unit's combat range. So that's a major, I think that's a major improvement. So this is both a good and a bad thing. Now it's on a 4+, but you get to affect everything whole within 12, which can be a lot of units. So I think that he might be interesting to play now. And in general, like the trolls seem to have to be a bit more improved and being an interesting choice for this upcoming spring we're going into. The moon, the endless spell, will be more used now, because wholly within 12 you get to use all of the effects of the bad moon. So for example, if you go out of here and you play the Droggz, well, if you have the bad moon, everything wholly within 12 of him is affected by all of the different states of the moon, so you will still have the effect of for the Droggz with the -1 rend for people hitting them, which is good. Yeah, the bad moon, you can still get units back, which is great for the Gloomspite Gitz, and it hasn't been nerfed in the way that other in the same manner as other armies where they have to roll, and on a 4+ you bring people or stuff back. You basically just spend 1 CP in the end of your turn. This is a sad thing though, that I thought, like, I don't know why they didn't include that. I thought that would be an auto include, but I was wrong, because I thought it would be wholly within 12 of the bad moon. It's under the light of the bad moon, but apparently not, and that makes the endless spell malevolent moon even more important now. And the new units, so Droggz, we went through that in a different video, but I'll go through it quickly. We can check in Rob's video, because he has everything on there. Where is he? Droggz, the Sunchompa. So his attacks, pretty meh, not that good. He has a 4+ save. I thought it would be a 5+. Well, that's at least a bit better. He moves 12, health 7. He has some effects. This one, the aura that we talked about, I think that is an interesting one. While an enemy unit is within, and this is within, not wholly within, 6 of this unit subtract 1 from hit rolls for that enemy unit's attack. That enemy unit cannot use all out attack command. I think this is good. And I think also, so here's, I don't know how they got a hold of this, but it seems like some people know the upcoming points for them. So I'm not sure about this, but it seems like they seem sure about it. So 210 points for Droggz, the Sunchompa. Yeah. It's depending on how you play him. He can be good. And he's especially good if you play him along with other Gitmobs. I'm not sure that I will play him. It's a bit like... we'll see. We'll see in the future if I'll be able to put him in a list. I think what drags him down a lot is that he only have rend 1 attacks, and also that, like, wounding on force, not that good. Let's go through his other abilities. We have this one, so reaction when an opponent declared a fight ability, roll a dice on a 4+. You can pick a friendly unit total within 9 of this unit that was targeted by a fight ability. That unit can move 2d6. It can move through the combat ranges of any enemy units, but cannot end that move in combat. So you can basically skip out on an attack if something wholly within 9. And that's, I mean, there's a lot of things to keep your head around here when you play. So it's going to be difficult to time this. But this is once per battle as well. But you can basically save a unit, like having it not be in the fight, let him flee. But it's also on a 4+. So yeah, I think that's bad. They could have just done this on like a 2+. At least, because you still have to be wholly within 9, and you have to move 2d6. You can also roll double ones. So there's a lot of like randomness into having this happen. Even sad. The other reaction, we went through that in a different video as well, but you basically get to pick another Gitmob unit to fight alongside with this one, or immediately after this unit has fought. Not super interesting. The let's go to the Shaman, the Mounted Wizard. The he's we go through him here as well. So since he has all the stats for him. There we go. He's not good at fighting because he have no rend, and he also has he has a bunch of attacks, but he is hitting on 4s and 4s and 4s and 3s. Damage 2, but without rend, it's not going to do much damage. Health 9, movement 12, save 4. And if something, he can protect Gitmob units that are next to him from shooting attacks while they are wholly within 6 of these units. Might be useful if you meet something that has heavy shooting that you wanna save your Gitmob units from. He also have this once per turn in your shooting phase. You can pick up the 3 visible enemy units within 9 of this unit to be the target. Roll a d3 for each target. On a 2+, you get to deal mortal damage equal to the roll. So you can do some mortal damage, but it's also within 9. So you're gonna keep him up front. Yeah, that's basically him. One cast wizard. Snarlboss on War-Wheela. Let's show him here as well. And thank you, Rob, again for. Hope you don't get mad at me for using your video here, but I mean, it's kind of nice that I made a shout out to you, isn't it? So he has some different attacks. He has it Shane Bash that I think runs around with 5 attacks, 4s and 3s, rend 1, damage 2, and the other attacks have no rend, so they are also gonna suck. He has 9 health, 12 move, 4 save. So most of the new units seem to have 12 move. He has also some abilities.
And then charge back.
So he can make a Sunsteala Wheeler fight after him. Yeah, that's one thing. So you maybe want to keep him with the Sunsteala Wheelers. And then you can, once per battle army, you can, for the rest of the turn, subtract from hit rolls for attacks made by enemy units while they are in combat with any friendly Sunsteala Wheelas. And also, wait, I went too far.
Anyway,
and add 6 to the move characters of this unit and friendly Sunsteala Wheelas. I don't know what to say about this unit. I will probably not use any of these. I think it's not that satisfying.
And then this is...
Here you have the last effect. You can... it's the... same ability as the other ones, where you have in the movement phase you can move through and make damage, but with this one you can make d6 mortal damage. The important thing here is to know that it cannot end the movement in combat, so you basically just run through them, smash them, and then go past them. So this with the other two might come up. So this is d6, the other one is d3 plus 1 for each extra Sunsteala Wheeler you have, and you will be able to have 2, I think, when you have them in a unit. So yeah, you can do some damage just like running around, but it's also going to be a bunch of points you have on the board, and the movement 12, you might not even be able to end that movement out of combat. Well, most of the times you probably will, but yeah, it's very situational, and you might end up with this movement in this unit in combat, and it will die. Same with the Sunsteala Wheelas. Next unit, we go through the. Okay, let's go through that. Where do we have it? There.
Sometime soon. Our next unit is a pretty unique unit. It's the old Underworld's Warband, and it's kind of 2 units really. It's the Snarlboss.
It's the Warband units, I think. Where did they go here?
Combat phase.
This is actually a pretty decent ability. You have 12 health, or 12 movement, 5 health, 5 up save to control. You have not the best attacks. Also, I forgot that. Let's go through that here. So they seem to have the points for this Shaman as well. 190 points. Let's just go through all the points, and I can make that easier if anyone's interested in that, because I know that I was. Droggz to Sunchompa seem to be 210 points. Frazzlegit Shaman seems to be 190 points. Snarlboss and War-Wheela seem to be 200 points. Snarlboss 150 points. Wolfgit Retinue 70 points. And if you don't take the Snarlboss, but if you take them together, well, then it's 220 points. Then you have the Sunsteala Wheelas that we just talked about, 150 points, a unit of 2. And it seems like you can reinforce them, so you will be able to have 4 in one unit. The Doom Diver Catapult that I think is interesting, we're coming back to that, 200 points. The Snarlpack Cavalry seems to be 120 points for 3. But as this guy says, and I will think the same, I don't know why you should take them over the Boingrot Bounderz. We'll look into that later. So that's basically all the points. If you want to know the points for the Armies of Renown, that's gonna suck. Then you have them here as well, I think. Maybe you don't. Yeah, here you got them. The Regiments of Renown. You have to look into that as well for yourself. 550 points for the Shine Steelers and the Skullstrick Loon Lads. 340, but they all suck. Don't use them, I think, from what I've seen so far. So let's go back to the units. We're looking at this. I'll go through. I'll pass through some of the stats, but this is you can make add 2 to charge rolls for friendly Gitmob cavalry units while they're wholly within 12 of this unit. That can be pretty useful. So you can get that 9 in charge to be a 7 in charge instead, which is a good thing for them because they don't have a lot of things talking for them anyways. You also have this if you manage to charge with this and another Gitmob, or up to 2 Gitmob cavalry units, then you can add 1 to the attack characteristics of target's companions melee weapons that turn. The 70 points you have here. I'm not sure how many units are in there. Wolfgit Retinue. I'm not sure about that. I think it's 5. Is it? Someone has to correct me in the comments down below. Anyways, to me, I'm looking at the stats and I think, okay, they suck. I will not use them. They will do nothing. So let's go to the next one. Sunsteala Wheelas. Thanks again to Jack who made this. Although I can't find stuff, but he put it here. There we go.
Very, very good. Our next unit is the brand new unit of Sunsteala Wheelas, which we're pretty certain we're going to be able to
Okay, so let's go through this. And we have the Sunsteala Wheelas. The range attack obviously isn't that interesting because it's not going to do much. And then the other attacks have no rend. A bunch of attacks, but without rend it's not going to do much. And the effects, as we talked about earlier, is this, that you can make, you can in your movement phase you can move through and out of combat and make pick one enemy infantry unit that it passed across and give that unit D3 mortal damage. Add 1 to the amount of mortal damage for each model in this unit. So as I said earlier, since you can reinforce them, you can have up to 4, so that will be D3 and plus 4. So yeah, you can make some damage, but not like it's not super interesting. That's that. And then we go to the Snarlpack Cavalry. That is not going to be super interesting for me as well. We have it here. 3 health. They seems like you have 3 of them, and the points we went through earlier, but it was 120 points for 3. That's not a lot, but it's still like the Bounderz are so improved now, so you will use them anyways. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Yeah. Since this is their attack characteristics, 4 attacks, 3 attacks, and 4s and 5s, no rend, damage 1, so sad. 4s and 3s, damage 2, good, no rend, still not going to be good. And if this unit charge had 5 to the control score for the rest of the turn. I don't see anyone running the new units if you want to be competitive, but you can do it for fun and have a cool list. If this unit charges its turn, it has strike first for the rest of the turn. That's once per turn army, so you don't really have any incentive to run multiple units of the Snarlpack Cavalry, which is sad. So you may basically just want to have 1 on the board. Yeah, and that's it. Strike first is always good, of course. Then we have, lastly, we have the Doom Diver Catapult. That actually might be the most interesting ones for me, I think, that I've seen. So let's find that. It was before this one, right? Yeah, Doom Diver. Here we have it. Doom Diver. We missed the health and move. 5 move, 12 health for up save. And so this is, I think, 24-inch range. I'm just gonna mute Rob, sorry about that. I have him in my headphones over here. It's 24 range, 4 attacks, 4s to hit, and 3s to wound. Rend 3, damage 3. With an all-out attack, obviously, you got 3s, and I think this is gonna be interesting. 24 inches is pretty far. And it seems like they're just gonna cost us about 200 points. I thought it would be more, so 200 points is good. Although, as with everything, it seems like in this new Battletome, the ability it has is also good, but it's a once per army. So you get to reroll hits for this unit shooting attacks this turn, but for each hit roll that is rerolled, subtract 1 from the rend characteristic. So if you're not satisfied with the roll, then reroll it, and you only get, but you get -1 to rend. So making it 2s instead of 3s. But that can be a major thing if you miss all the shots. Then just reroll, and hopefully you get a few more in. Yeah, I think this will be useful. I will probably try this one out. So I'm looking forward to the Doom Diver, and I'm glad that it seems to be pretty good. And if the points are 200, if that's correct, then I think that will be pretty good as well. It might be a bunch of damage you can put up. And as you see here, that this is a fairly good advice as well. What's nice here is that you can use a Gobapalooza to up the rend to 4. So imagine having rend 4, being on distance, and shooting into some monsters. Maybe right now when there's a lot of monsters coming into the meta, for example with Ogre or more tribes, then use this and make a bunch of damage with 4 up rend or 4 rend. That's going to be difficult to put up any saves against, but maybe some warn saves. Anyways, that's it. That's what I will go through today. This video went on longer than I expected, as usual, but I hope you liked it, and hope you liked the tips and advice that I have for you to keep up with everything new that's happening. Soon I will, well, I'm not sure what I will want to show you. I might go through and show you the list that I was playing this weekend in Nyköping, but I went ill. I got Nurgle's rot, and I vomited, and it also went out the back door, if you know what I mean. So my weekend was kind of ruined. Me, my son, and my girlfriend all got it. First my son, and then I thought I was immune to that stuff, but who can be immune to Nurgle's rot, I guess. And then we got it as well. I got it first, and then my girlfriend got it. So we've been ill, and I just recently felt good enough to be back on my feet. And if you ever get a kid, stay away from Nurgle. And if you ever thinking about getting a kid, think twice. It's a lot of work. It's lovely, but it's a lot of work. That might have sounded that I regret getting a kid. I do not. I love him to bits. Anyways, that's it for now. And I just want to say that I'm very, very happy with some of you guys commenting on my videos. It's so much fun to get to read comments with the sorry about that. I'm gonna go here. Yeah, so it's very nice to see. As you see, I'm a new YouTuber. I don't have much. I'm very happy with my 15 subscriptions and +8 during the last 28 days. Yay! And so here's a little shout out to the people that comment on my videos, because I'm happy about that. Thanks to Dave for pointing stuff out to me. That's great. And thanks to Copper for commenting and pointing stuff out to me as well. It's always good. And then also thanks to Witherbow and thanks to Ava that also put comments in the comment sections. I love it. And thanks to every one of you that has subscribed to my videos and put a thumbs up. Please do to this video as well. Yeah, and let me know what you want to see more. As you can see here, this is most of my hobbies. It seems to be board games, football, Warhammer, and Curious George that my son gets to watch here sometimes when I want to do other stuff up here. Take care, have a good day, have a good week coming up, and talk to you next time. Bye.